Let's go share. Brian France here, mortgage broker marketing. Get my camera turned on. Thanks for joining, everyone. There we go. With you today with a very special webinar, how to maximize your lead flow with Google Ads in 2021. So let me just close this guy out. If you can see me, hear my voice, see my screen, just drop a 1 in the chat. I see a couple ones coming in. Thank you. Good to know. And so today's piece of the pie here is all about PPC, right? Where, you know, each month our company provides a webinar going over a specific topic from this digital marketing or digital dominance method. And just to be clear, this is just one piece of the pie, right? Your Google Ads, right? And this provides a great return if set up properly. So for the next 60 to 90 minutes, if you're a mortgage business owner, please just shut down those other tabs. Give me your full undivided attention. I promise it'll be worth it. And what we're going to cover today is why PPC, right? Why Google Ads is key to unlimited scalability in terms of lead flow, right? And I'm going to share with you some live examples of some PPC campaigns generating a great return and how to properly set up and structure your pay-per-click campaigns for minimum cost per lead and maximum ROI. And then the important KPIs, right? The key performance indicators you want to keep track of, you want to keep a hand on. And if you stay to the end, get a little ethical bribe here. I'll send you our checklist for mortgage companies. And it's an internet marketing checklist, right? It goes through every single piece of your online marketing strategy, what you need to put in place so that you can have a clear picture of what needs to be done. And then we'll send you that cool graphic with about the digital dominance method. So who am I and why you should listen to me? I'm the author of the book, Internet Marketing for Mortgage Brokers. And I got it right here. If you'd like a copy of this, please just reach out, shoot me an email. I'd be happy to get this in the hands of any mortgage broker for free, completely free of charge. I'm widely accepted as the premier expert in the marketing space for mortgage companies, and we've got dozens of clients from coast to coast. And I think that's what is the main thing, right? We work with, this is what we do every day, right? We have dozens of clients out there from coast to coast. We're managing hundreds of thousands of dollars in Google ad spend, and we are that's it, right? This is what we do every day. Our team is passionate about it. We're on a mission to help 100 mortgage brokers triple their sales by getting their internet marketing right, and over the next 5 years. And so start off with the question, should PPC be a part of your overall marketing strategy? And so again, if you just look here, right, it's just one piece of that pie. And why is this important, right? And so we're going to cover that. And so why PPC should be part of your internet marketing strategy, right, is you can start showing up quickly, right? You can show up with, like, we can in the moment right now create an ad campaign and start getting traffic right now today, right? And you know, with SEO, there's this big buildup, right? You have to set up the website properly, get that optimized. And there's a lot of work done off the website, right? You're building up citations, reviews, all these things, right? Help your business show up higher in the rankings. But there's this period, right? It takes a little bit of time, right? With pay-per-click, we can set it up today and get going. And you can start showing up as often as you'd like for people looking for your services and where they're looking, right? In what market. And right, we like with SEO, we have to have a location in that area, right? For PPC, you just need to be licensed in that state and you can write loans there. And we can show up anywhere. You can start showing up for non-geo modified terms, right? Like jumbo loans or refinance, right? Or mortgage refinancing near me, or home loans near me, things like that, right? You can scale this thing unlimited scalability, right? You can turn this up, you can turn it down. Say you're going on vacation, you want to turn down the spend, not a problem. And so the reason many pay-per-click companies or pay-per-click campaigns fail are because they fail to understand the ads auction process, right? And then the complexity of the mortgage business, right? You may think that just outbidding your competition is gonna win the day, right? You can all you got to do is outbid your competition. You just pay more than them per click, and you'll succeed. Well, that's not going to happen, right? And you may set up one ad group for all the different loan programs, everything that you do, right? You're not using specific ads with specific landing pages, right? And groups of keywords in that ad group, right? And there's no strong call to action on landing pages, right? So why most PPC campaigns fail, right, is they set up all the different things that you do, right? FHA loans, VA loans, jumbo loans, mortgage refinancing, first-time home buyers, some other program like no income loans, no income documentation loans, and you're sending that traffic to the homepage of your website, right? That is a setup for failure. So just pause here. What did you learn? If maybe I'll step back here, see if there's any questions. And again, I see Steve, I see Gary, Julie, Josh on the line. If you have any questions, please jump in, let me know. But why most PPC campaigns fail? This is huge, right? You're sending everything that you do, right? Like FHA loans, I want to show up for that. I want to show up for jumbo loans. I want to show up for first-time home buyers. I want to show up for mortgage refinancing, but you're sending that all to the homepage of your website, right? Why this is set up for failure, you're sending them right to a page on your homepage. There's many different things they can click on, right? All the different navigation links. What is that page talking about? Or is there an apply now? Is it talking about FHA loans? Is it talking about jumbo loans, right? Is it talking about everything, right? You're giving them too much. So can PPC really drive an ROI for mortgage brokers? And so just to look at a quick case study here, and I'll jump into the campaign, but we got this client over 174 lead forms, right? Or conversions. This is a lead form or a phone call. And, a $3,200 spent. So 3263.21, right? And the cost per lead is $18.75, right? So nearly $20. And, average cost per click, $9, click-through rate of 4.4. And so this is, so what does that bring in, right? If you look at 174 leads and say you convert 30% of those, right? 30% of those turn into a loan, right? So 174 leads times 30% equals 52 loans closed, right? If the average loan is $2,500, right? 52 loans times 2,500 is $130,000, right? So the projected ROI here is 39 times, right? So $130,000 revenue, right? 3,200 spend, 39 times ROI. So yes, PPC can bring in a lot, even if this is, even if this you're converting at 10%, you're gonna be making money, right? So any questions or anything, hit me up in the comments there. And then How are we going to set up and structure the pay-per-click campaign for minimum cost per lead and maximum ROI? So some things you got to put in place, right? Conversion tracking, it's a must. You have to track your conversions, phone call and web forms, and you have to know where they came from, right? You have to be able to differentiate from SEO, from organic, right? Or pay-per-click. Your campaigns must be broken into smaller ad groups, right? Like focusing on the areas of the business you want to focus on, right? VA, jumbo, refinance, right? And then the text ads for each one of those need to correlate to a specific, need to match what the people have typed in, right? So if they're typing in FHA loans, you don't want to show them an ad for, jumbo loans or for refinancing. You have to understand, you have to have a strong understanding of the different types of keywords, the match types that you put in there, like phrase match, broad match, exact match, and you have to pay attention to the negative keywords, right? So the next thing, you need to write compelling text ads, right, that are going to entice the person to click, right, on you versus the competition, right? Sometimes less is more. And then inside of every ad account, inside of every ad group in those ads, there's what's known as extensions, right? There's all these different extensions, and they make your ad stand out on the page, right? And you want to make sure that you set up these things properly, and all of them, right? There's site link extensions, call out extensions, location extensions, call extensions, structured snippets, all those things. And you have to land visitors on a solid, well thought out landing page that is built to convert, right? That's it. It's made for paid traffic. It's built to convert. And then you split test, right there. You split test ad copies, and continue to tweak and fine tune things. And the big thing here, right? Don't even think about spending another penny until you have all your conversions tracked properly and that's set up and in place. And so some of the things that I see a lot of times is why people think, PPC is failing them or whatever. They have they have call tracking set up, but it doesn't tell them like where it came from, right? It's not telling them if it came from pay-per-click or if it came from organic traffic. So you need to have a different phone number for that, right? A different phone number for your PPC, a different phone number for your organic, right? And then you need to have like a pool of these keywords that can swap the numbers dynamically right when someone visits, and so that you can track the phone calls back to the actual campaign it came from, or the actual ad group it came from, right? The actual keyword it came from. So this is really helpful in knowing what to spend more money on, right? You want to spend more money on the things that are converting and less money on the things that aren't converting, right? So your ad spend is being used wisely. And you want to be able to track all the web forms. So the web forms on your website need to have a thank you page where once someone gets taken from an ad, right, we'll know they go through the funnel. At the end of it, we'll know if that came from a PPC ad, right? And the conversion tracking is built into your campaign to determine which ad group, which loan program this, which ad group this conversion came from. And so the most important, the next thing, right? The most important KPIs to keep track of, right? You want to know what the total spend is, right? Monthly, what the total spend is, what's the average cost per click, what's the average lead, right? In mortgage, usually we're aiming to, when we begin a client, is about $100 a lead, right? That's where we're beginning. And then you want to be able to track your return on investment. So you do want to keep that. It's really important to know, like, we're going to have phone calls. These ones came from your pay-per-click ads, and you want to be able to track those, right? Listen to the phone calls. How are these phone calls being handled? If they're handled by someone on your team, you can, train them. And then we'll start keeping tabs on, if things have turned into an application, if they're in process, and if they've closed, right? So you can really track your ROI. And it's best to have some sort of reporting dashboard you could just quickly see, like, go in, okay, we're at 174 leads. We've spent 3,200, and this is breaking down to about $18 a lead, right? And then your campaigns, how you structure your campaigns, you definitely want to break them up into smaller ad groups, right? Targeting the various loan programs that you want to show up for. Right, we're seeing some of the ones that are working out well right now are like first-time buyers, FHA loans, jumbo, refinance, even rental property loans in some markets, and no income loans. Right, no income documentation loans. Now, each one of these ad groups, right, you get broken up by, each. So this is an ad group. Each one of these, or each ad group has its own ads, its own keywords, its own extensions that make that ad relevant for the searcher. Now, and so just to expand on this a little bit, right? If we have an ad group for FHA loans, all the ads in that, right? We're setting up, 5, 6 different ads. They're all set up talking about FHA loans, right? Get your free FHA loan rate quote right here, click below. And same with jumbo, same with first-time home buyers, right? So what people are typing in to find that, they're typing in FHA loans, right? And we're showing an ad that's talking about FHA loans and taking them to a landing page that's all about FHA loans. And so the next thing is the keywords, right? And the different types of keywords, right? So there's different match types, right? And you got broad match, modified broad match, phrase match, and exact match, right? So a broad match keyword is, for instance, home loans, right? No, there's no plus sign, there's no quotes around it. This is a broad match. Now, you can show up for a lot of different things here, right? This is going to bring in a large amount of visibility, but not so relevant, right? The most relevant you're going to have is exact match, right? They have to exactly type in what I am putting in between these brackets, right? Now the phrase, I just want that phrase to show up, and then anything before or after, I'm good. We'll show an ad for it, right? Find mortgage broker near me, right? That would show an ad, right? But like, if I had it under exact, since they typed in find, and it was say find San Diego mortgage brokers, right? This wouldn't show up because of the match type. So you have to pay attention to this stuff, right? Broad match is going to bring in it may bring in a lot of irrelevant stuff and waste a lot of spend, right? Take away that spend from people that are actually performing the search, right? You want to pay attention to the negative keywords as well, right? You don't want to show up when someone's looking for, a mortgage broker job or a mortgage broker association, right? So these negative keywords really keep your campaign tight, right? It keeps it optimized. And you also don't want to show up like if someone's doing a car loan search, right? You don't want to show up for that. And if you're getting clicks for that, that's money flushed right down the toilet, because they're going to go to that landing page and then see something that's not about car loans, or it's not about, an association. So that's the thing, right? Negative keywords. And you need to write compelling text ads, right, that resonate with what the customer typed in. So, and you have to entice them to click on you, right? You have to, it needs to be compelling enough. It needs to be, they need to be enticed enough to want to click, want to visit your landing page. And, sometimes less is more. Tell them exactly what you want to do, right? If you want them to, call you, be very strategic about that. Be very consistent with that in your ad. Don't tell them to call and then click here to learn more, anything like that. It's if you're trying to get them to call, tell them to call you. If you're trying to get them to fill out a form, click the link, fill out a form, and be consistent there. If there's a specific loan program that you've done a lot of or something, mention that. If there's and something in particular about your area, mention that in the ad. But that's the thing, you give them one decision, either call or a web form, and push for it. Don't try to call and do this. That's too much. And so some of the best performing text ads, right, they have what's known as these call out extensions, or these site link extensions, or these location extensions, right? The call extensions. All these make your ad stand out. Makes your ad stand out, right? That's it. Makes your ad a little bit bigger. Gives them more options. So that's and those are all done in the extensions area of the ad. And so pay attention to those. You do definitely want to make sure these are all filled out in your ad campaigns. And then you have to land visitors on a well thought out page on your site, right? This is not going to get the job done, right? If we're sending people to a homepage, there's just way too much going on here, right? They got all this going on here, all these different links to click on here, right? To distract them away from what you want them to do, right? Now, I think now it's time for me to show an example. Oh, how do I get out of here? Escape, there we go. Guess I wasn't hitting the button long or hard enough, but here's a landing page that is designed for the FHA loan, right? So what you're seeing here, like call now for an immediate rate quote, or free FHA loan pre-approval, right? Get your quote here. Now, when someone comes here, they're not seeing other links to other different pages of the website. They're seeing a nice big phone number in 2 different places, or fill out a form here, and that's it. Now there's some content here that talks a little bit about an FHA loan and some of the benefits, and apply now, but and then their phone number and things like that are always going to be up here, right? So I'm sharing this with you to kind of give you an idea of what this that your landing page should look like. Go back here. Now, as you can see, this homepage here, this homepage here, this is just giving way too much, right? It's for a paid search, right? If I paid for a click, right, and sent them to a page on my website like this and gave them way too many different options, what are the likelihood of you actually succeeding with that? It's very low, right? So how do you accelerate your lead flow via the paid search channel, right? Is conversion tracking, right? You have to put conversion tracking in place, and you have to be able to differentiate between organic and paid in that category, in those conversions, right? Your campaign must be broken into smaller bite-sized ad groups, right? And the the ads in each one of those ad groups need to match what that landing page is all about, what that ad group is all about. You really do want to have a strong understanding of the keywords, the negative keywords, the different match types. And then you need to be able to write compelling enough text ads that get people to take action, right? That get people to either click on the form or call. And you have to know you have to understand the ad extensions, setting those up properly, right? All the different ad extensions, right? These really help your ad stand out. You want to look at the call out extensions, the site link extensions, the location, the call extensions, the structured snippets, right? All of these different extensions you want to have filled out. There's even image extensions now, which look great. So, and you have to have visitors land on a page on your website that is well thought out, right? And optimize for paid search. You can't take them to, don't send them to a homepage, or don't send them to a different page on your website with all the different navigation links around them, you know, to kind of distract them. You really need to have a dedicated landing page for each one of your initiatives, right? Each one of your ad groups, right? So for instance, FHA, refinance, first-time home buyers, right? Each one of these has its own landing page. Each one is associated with a specific ad group, right? That ad group has its own specific ads, right? So it's all relevant, right? This is how you're gonna lower your cost per click, lower your cost per lead, and get more conversions. And so I'll just pause here, see what does that make sense? Did you you know, have anything you'd like to share? Anything you're wondering about? No, all good. Sounds good. Thanks, Jim. We'll talk. Definitely talk after this. We'll yeah, love it. And so where am I? There we go. There we go. So the KPIs I think you want to kind of pay attention to again is the total spend, right? The cost per lead, how many leads you've generated are really what you want to focus on, right? You know, all the other stuff like the click-through rate, that's, you know, stuff for us, but you know, maybe the cost per click isn't interesting to you. If you do see it like getting out of control, you know, maybe that's something to pay attention to. But again, look at this. If you take 174 leads and times that by 30%, you get 52 closings out of that, right? With an average ticket of $2,500, that's $130,000 of revenue from the $3,200 in ad spend we spent, right? It's a huge ROI. I would put $1 million into that wheel every month, right? To get that kind of ROI. Now, some of the questions you may want to ask your PPC provider is like, how much of my budget will go towards Google ads and how much will go towards management? Like, how much do I have to pay you to manage everything, and how much is going towards Google ads? I know there's a lot of companies out there that kind of, you know, take one fee, and then you never know how much is going to the actual ad spend. So it's a huge problem. You don't know what they're keeping for themselves to manage, and what you're actually spending. And we've seen in some cases, you know, where, you know, thousands of dollars is going out the door, but like I have no idea how much money is going toward the Google ad. You do want to ask, like, what type of tracking is going in place, right? Are you able to, like, you know, differentiate between like calls from ads and web forms from ads? And, you know, if you don't have web and call conversion tracking that pulls into AdWords, that's, you know, going to be you're going to be at a huge disadvantage, right? And we delineate between like the calls from the PPC and the calls from the SEO or the organic, right? And how are you going to track our KPIs, right? Are you going to have some sort of report for me, right? And you do want to keep tabs on like how much have you spent like per cost per, like what's the cost per lead? That's a key metric you want to have, on tap. And will you be setting up specific landing pages for each ad group? And will the traffic be directed to the homepage? Right? If you're driving traffic to landing pages, how will we optimize those pages is kind of another sub question you should be asking there. And do you split test ads for each ad group, right? Or is it just one ad for each ad group? And will you be leveraging all the ad extensions in the ad account? And what are the targets for the cost per lead and the ROI? So what makes us different, what makes us better, right? We split test campaigns. We split all of our ad group or all of our campaigns into multiple different ad groups, right? And we send each one of those right to a specific landing page, right? We're setting up conversion optimized landing pages, right, for each one of those ad groups. And we set up true conversion optimization, right? We're setting up conversion. So we know when a call comes organically, when it comes from a PPC ad, and when a lead form comes organically, and when a lead form comes from a PPC ad, right? And they're tracked based on the associated ad group, right? So we know like, okay, this FHA loan campaign brought in this many conversions, this refinance campaign brought in this many conversions, right? And we can adjust from there, right? We can spend more where the conversions are happening and reduce where the conversions are not, right? And this is a huge difference than just, normal call tracking, right? You will know exactly how many came via PPC and you'll be able to listen to those, train your team. You know, like what keywords are bringing in the conversions, and we can tell like which ones have the most calls, right? And yes, for each ad group, we set up multiple text ads, and we optimize each one, right? So we're split testing. Okay, which one's performing better, and then we can continue to optimize them. And we do provide a monthly report to keep track of all these KPIs and complete transparency of spend. And then, so yeah, this is where like, okay, boom, this is how much you spent in Google ads, and this is the cost per lead. This is how many leads you got, right? So that's what makes us different. That's what makes us better at these PPC campaigns. Just to dive into a couple of these, I was supposed to show, kind of show like the different ad groups, and I went too quickly, of course. And so this is a couple of different campaigns we have going for our client, right? We're at 3,000 spend, 157, $19 a lead, right? And then you break them down, the brand, the different campaigns we're going after, and then the different ads, right? So each one has extensions. So you can look at, site linking extensions, call out extensions, structured snippets, image extensions, call extensions, location extensions, right? All those extensions are important. And then the negative keywords, right? If you look at the negative keywords here, we're looking at over 1,100 negative keywords, right, to keep this campaign optimized. And right, this is a wrong account there. Sorry for that, but yeah, that's thought I'd share that, just kind of how you break down a campaign, the different ad groups, right? You have a brand campaign. And that's one thing, right? I didn't mention too much. You want to be bidding on your company name. And why you want to do this for a number of reasons, right? It does help the overall health of your campaign. If you're bidding on your company name, you're going to show up. Now, what could happen in some cases, so you could have another company showing up when your company name gets searched, right? And they're showing up above you, right? Above in that ad section. And if people don't know, they're going to click and go to your competition. But if the other thing is that this is gonna help the overall health. Now, yes, you're gonna bid on your company name, show an ad for your company name. You're gonna pay a lot less than anyone else would for that keyword, right? Because you're gonna be much more relevant for that. And this is gonna help your click-through rates, right? So it's gonna help the overall health of your campaign. And especially if you're running ads, you definitely want to be bidding on your company name. Not a ton of money, but yes, you do want to bid on your company name. And I didn't mention that earlier, but so that's really it. Let me post in the comments. Let's talk if you want to jump on a call. During our assessments, we do this every week for a number of prospective clients. Our company is designed to take on 3 to 4 clients a month. So we're not taking on a huge number of clients, and we're set up, everything is set up for mortgage, right? All of our processes, all of our systems, all for mortgage. We've been doing nothing but mortgage, been working with nothing but mortgage companies since 2017. So I'd love to share with you some of our clients in multiple different markets, what they're doing online, what we've put in place for them, and what they're getting, what their results are. How many calls are they getting from PPC? How many calls are they getting from SEO, from their website, right? And this is not my number here. This is my old number. 999-7970. So yeah, if you have any questions, I'd love to do a strategy session where we'll look at your online visibility. We'll check out your rankings, your social media presence, your online directories, where you're ranking, check out your reviews, and we'll look at your website, kind of like what's working well conversion wise, and what can be improved. And so take me up on that offer. Give me a call. We'll set up a time, or call the office at 877-959-7970. And also visit mortgagebrokermarketing.com/schedule. We'll take you right to our calendar, and we'll schedule a time. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys enjoyed today's webinar, and we'll talk again soon. Thank you.